Welcome back to Two Thumbs Up Movie Reviews and More, and today we're talking about one battle after another. Explodes into life without spark. Not a flicker, but a menacing crackle of energy, the kind that leaves you feeling off balance and alive, warning you the ground beneath your feet is about to give way. From its opening minute, Paul Thomas Anderson's latest movie will not have anything to do with complacency. It stutters into being with the urgency of something volatile, a movie that doesn't just want to be seen, but it has to be wrestled into submission. It is not passive filmmaking, it is restless, alive, and unescapable. At its core is Bob Ferguson, played by Leonardo DiCaprio with unprecedented power and sensitivity. Bob is a man who lived once in the midst of revolution and has since tried to bury it, only to find that history never sleeps. His own past returns with the fury of a developing storm, and at its center is his daughter Willia, played with electric presence by Chase Infinity. Theirs is the film's emotional center, the place where ideology and blood intersect. Each battle, whether of streets or of living rooms, runs through the lens of father-daughter tension. It is here, in the tug-of-war of loyalty and the treachery, rage, and affection, that the deepest truths of this film are revealed. Anderson lays this groundwork with a control that is both meticulous and detonative. The camera follows and slashes, sometimes loose and handheld, while other times it's stiff and stifling, status, but is always the cause of atmosphere. The production design makes rooms dense with history, where walls appear to remember everything. Johnny Greenwood's score will not be passive accompaniment. It sneers, it overturns, it mourns, and it mocks. It is an opponent at times, undercutting the seriousness of revolutionary rhetoric with ironic swoops, then bloating moments afterward with operatic seriousness, so that minor actions are monumentalized. The film itself is a landscape of image and sound, never stable, never settled. What elevates it beyond political thriller or satire is its refusal to reduce extremism. To caricature, Anderson shows ideology as a force that develops, gets passed down, and reinvents itself until it appears. As foreordained, Bob's history does not return to him as nostalgia, but as threat. His principles were once good, even beautiful, but time has exposed them as corrosive, their purity consumed until contradiction remains. Through Willa, the Curie is agonizingly explicit. Can generation even escape what precedented it, or are we powerless to break free? The film resonates with Anderson's career-long fascination with belief systems, where there will be blood expose capitalism as religion, and the master probe the temptation of religion. Here, he turns to politics. The presence of Thomas Pynchon's writing laces paranoia, absurdity, and satire into every twist. Revolutionary rhetoric teeters between sincerity and farce. You laugh at its absurdity and then wince as it curdles into violence. Ideology is both comic and deadly, a performance and a tragedy, and the film never lets you tell them apart. DiCaprio is rarely better, becoming a man who is both magnetic and foreboding, a father both gentle and capable of fantasism. Infinity will not be upstaged, making Willa the film's moral center. Their scenes together are battlegrounds, every pause loaded, every glance like a blow. Supporting roles by Sean Penn and Tina Taylor sharpen the satire. Their grotesque characters underscoring the truths they distort. Violence is shown without bracing restraint, neither glamorized nor moralized, but depicted as rupture, the language of people convinced no one will hear them. Otherwise, it's uneasy and never freeing. For all its ambition, the film never lost sight of intimacy. There are small moments where ideology dissolves, and what remains is simply tenderness, a look at almost confession, a desperate attempt to love. These are scenes that cut deepest, revealing what extremism devours Anderson, keeps the personal fused to the politics, because history lives inside individual wounds. The film is a relentless, sensational, draining. Laughter becomes horror farce, becomes sorrow, satire becomes tragedy, and the ending refuses closure, because history refuses closures. It lingers like a bruise. To call this a masterpiece is not an exaggeration. It's an acknowledgement of its risks and its triumphs, its hazards, excess incoherence, contradiction, and makes them sing together. It is alive, urgent, dangerous, and unforgettable. And for me, it gets 2 thumbs up.